Hi everyone, welcome to Loving Life or my weight loss journey. And as you see, I'm really sick. Today is Saturday, 23rd. When I'm filming this video, you will see it on 24th, Sunday. And as you see here, I have my coffee, bulletproof coffee. And if you're on keto diet, you should know what it is. It's actually coffee with butter. And I will show you what I'm doing later, not in this video. I have my trusty Kleenex, which I really need. And oh my god, we're so tired. It was a horrible night. But I decided anyhow, because I made a commitment and to make every Sunday to talk a little bit about, you know, my weight loss journey. So yeah, nevertheless, I want to talk today about pretty hefty topics, and this is keto versus weight loss. About why I want to talk about it. It's because on last Sunday video I got this article, a link to article from Drom Mom. Okay, and there were points about this article. And this was about this article. I will link the articles that I'm talking about in the description links below. That you, if you want to check them, you have to, you know, you're welcome to do so. And the keto diet is gaining popularity, but is it safe? And that the keto diet is becoming a trend among people looking for quick, dramatic weight loss. But many experts argue that it isn't safe. And the lady that wrote it was Elise Sigurd, I think. And she is, I think she is clinical, not she is, like, I mean, she was taking her information from clinical nutritionist. I have whole deep love for clinical nutritionists, and I will tell you why. Because usually clinical nutritionists, they work in the clinic, like in the clinical settings, I mean in the hospitals. They deal with very sick people most of the time. And a lot of time they don't have the ability to see the progress of the people during the time. Not always, not everyone, but a lot of time it's not. And a lot of the points of being, like a couple of points being that you know, it's not sustainable, which I quite agree with this. This way of life, it's not 100% sustainable. And she went and pretty fast went, obviously always the keto diet and ketoacidosis always comes together. Ketoacidosis, if you don't know what it is, it's when the diabetic person, especially type 1 diabetes, go into the very high ketoacidosis state, which in some levels the blood become acidic, and it affects brain and affects a lot of systems. And it's always when people hear keto diet, they always compare it to ketoacidosis, which is very dangerous state. And especially clinical practitioners, it's always when they say keto, they're very much afraid of the ketoacidosis, and it's absolutely normal to be so, because a lot of clinical practitioners, as I could explain, they are in the setting of hospitals and they see those extreme cases way more than not extreme cases. And yeah, so that's one of the points. And the other points that the article came, that the rapid weight loss is dangerous, which I'm not 100% agree with this. And another thing, feeding tube approach. Yes, that she took it for very extreme people that take feeding tube approach with 800 calories. They stop eating at all, and this is the only consume food. But you know, we're not here in the state of feeding tubes. So this article and the tone of voice very dismissive, which I didn't like. Of this actually, like, okay, run away from those calories, those diets. And I'm not sure I'm 100% agree on this particular point, even though they have a couple of very good points, like sustainability, like brain fogginess, that it's like, you know, it's really can be daunting on some people, especially in the beginning. Because let's say I did I'm doing this for last 3 weeks now, and I did it before, and Regina did it with me, and she couldn't stand it for a long time because it was brain fog, and she felt irritable and quite low. So there are downsides for this diet for sure. And the other article that I've got from Angie, hello Angie again, and thank you for this article, I really loved it. And this is the Paleo Guide to Ketosis, which is really nice explanation on how ketosis works, the downsides and the upsides of this diet, and how to avoid a lot of downsides of ketosis or ketosis or this. So I really recommend. This is from Paleo Leap. And again, the link is going to be in description box below. Really nice article, really long one. So you should really, if you are into those low carb diets, you should read it until the end. So yeah, one thing that this lady brought to my attention, it's Drum Mom, and she was absolutely right. It's about Weight Watchers. That, you know, she does Weight Watchers with great success, which I yay for you. Really, way to go if you found something that works for you, yay. But I wanted to compare those two approaches actually. Okay, I did a little stop. Yeah. So what I want to talk about, this is two approaches, and I want to talk about ketosis. I initially wanted to talk about Weight Watchers versus ketogenic diet, and I think this topic deserves separate video, which I'm going to make maybe now for next week, because I think it's really good thinking process that need to be done with those two approaches. Now I want to talk about paleo and low carb diet versus ketosis. It's very simple and very on the same, let's say, same side of the equation. Let's put it this way. Low carb diet, it's everything, all diet that you can have when you have less than 100 grams of carbs, net carbs I mean, per 24 hours. And those are paleo diets, which are very healthy. All of those low carb diet, which I really love. Okay. And ketosis, most of the people will get to keto state if you will have less than 50 carbs per 24 hours. The pitfalls of second one of the biggest pitfalls of second one, it's that people stop eating vegetables, because vegetables are carbs initially. Even my recipe with mushrooms and cabbage and etc., if you eat too much of it, you can get even up to 20 grams of net carbs per the dish, if you will eat most of the dish, I mean. So you do need to count a bit of carbs there. The thing is, because it is continuum, and after like about 12 hours your body will go to natural ketosis. So if you eat let's say last time in 6 and you will eat next time in 10 a.m., your body will probably go into natural ketosis anyway, even if you're on high carb diet. The problem is that because of your high carb diet, you will be very hungry in the morning, because your insulin levels will drop and the body will go to all over the place. So yeah, this is continuum. And what I'm trying to say that I wouldn't be too obsessed about the carbs, because if you eat clean, or as I say, just low carb vegetables with your meats and fats, so you probably won't get above 50 carbs per 24 hours. Another thing that I'm doing, like I'm not too afraid to go over 50 grams of carbs, and I will tell why. Because my body is pretty easy to go in and out keto, and I feel pretty good on keto, so it's not something that I'm really struggling with. The problem is that are the people that struggling with the keto, especially in the first 2 weeks when you shouldn't have anything above 50 grams, and preferable 35 even, because this way your body will strive to come back to the normal diet, and you will have those cravings, and you will have a lot of, yikes, and feeling bad. In my case, I'm not feeling those cravings too much. So what I'm trying to do actually is to go to most of the day with very low carbs, and on the dinner usually I eat much more vegetables and fresh vegetables and soups. I love my soups and all of this good stuff, because I think you need your vegetable intake. By the way, in this, if you do so, you will avoid a lot of ketogenic diet pitfalls, like the biggest one is the bathroom issues. Yeah, it's huge. People can't go to bathroom because they don't have enough fiber in their system, and I don't like to add fiber from outside. So yeah, eat your vegetables, choose your leafy greens, your low carb vegetables, like all those beautiful radishes, all those beautiful turnips, all those beautiful even fresh carrots does not have too much of carbohydrates, even though it's considered to be sweet vegetable. So yeah, try to find this balance of eating a lot of salads, and everyone will tell you, okay, if you eat salad and your protein and your fat, you will be okay. So the definition of balanced diet, it can be balanced on keto. Another thing that really bothers me, and I mean it extremely bothers me, it's the count part. If I start to count my macros, if I start to count things, I will finish the diet after 24-48 hours. It bothers me, it triggers all the negative emotions, it triggers the deprivation mode big time. I mean, huge time in my case. Not all people alike. There are people that really love their, control over what they eat and control of the counting, which is absolutely good for you, and you can do this. But in my case, it's the deprivation mode starts in the second when I'm starting counting my macros, or whatever counting, calories, macros, points, whatever I need to count, that's it. It's done for me. And it's deal breaker for me. So, yeah, one of the huge benefits of keto or low carb in general, even low carb, like lower than 100 grams net carb per 24 hours, is that you don't feel as hungry if you will have more carbs. And especially on keto diet, you don't feel as hungry, which is awesome, and it's absolutely plus for me. It's not sustainable for me have every 3 hours meal for a couple of reasons. First, it's too much. I need to, to prepare, to count, to see what I'm eating every time, okay? Second, it's open my munching button, or how it's called, munching flow. I start eating literally from the morning till evening non-stop. I mean, I always put something in my mouth, and it's not healthy for me. Again, it's my story, not yours. And that's why I didn't like the first article. It's always they say it's the way not to feel hungry. It's not true. It's a lot of people do feel hungry after eating every 3 hours. And when I do so, by the way, I tried not once, I feel deprived all the time. All the time I feel, okay, I need to count this. Oh, okay, I need to eat like, I don't know, 7 almonds. And it's not near satisfying, maybe emotionally for me, but it's not near as satisfying as, you know, I prefer to not to even not to push myself. I prefer not to eat for the morning. I drink mostly bulletproof coffee, which gives to my body, okay, we have fats, we can work. Okay, so it doesn't give me this, you know, low points. It doesn't give me hunger strikes. And actually, I know a lot of people that are very, very successful on this, because they didn't have pressure to eat, especially at work, to eat too early in the morning, or to, you know, they could make the coffee and run away to the work, and first time to eat in 12 or 1, and it's okay. So yeah, what I'm trying actually to say, that we are so very different people, and you need to find your fine balance. If you like the ketogenic diet, you know, I don't believe in one suit fits all. Absolutely. And I'm trying every week to say the same. It does not fit all. It does fit some lifestyles and some people. And I know that, you know, a lot of moms that I was talking with that love the keto diet. Why? Because in the morning they're so hectic. They don't have time to eat. They don't have time to prepare their food for every 3 hours. You know, you have to eat in order not to feel hungry. And they take the kids and blah blah blah, and until they come to the table, it's about noon or very close to it. And sometimes people forget to eat all day until the evening, and the regular system tells us not to do it, feel guilty, you will overeat, blah blah blah, which is right if you are not doing the, you know, the keto diet. I have one big meal with a lot of carbs, or vegetable carbs, like soups, like you know, to have huge salad. And I mean, in our family the salad is this size, and you know, if you see our mukbangs, you know that we love our salads. And sometimes I'm aware that sometimes I can go a little bit over the carb count for this meal, but because this is probably the only meal that I have really carbs, I never go above 50 for all day. 50 carbs for all day, which is awesome. So yeah, I think it makes sense. Check out those 2 articles. Let me know what you think about this issue. And I have a lot what to say about this, you know, the other article and the approach of standard nutritionist versus holistic nutritionist versus you know, versus people, because it's sometimes there's a feeling that okay, you need to do this and you will succeed. But the problem is that especially the standard nutritionists or doctors, they give everything to everyone, and they never ask you what is your lifestyle, how you used to eat, what are your deprivation points, because it's the most important thing. Because if you like triggers, if you have deprivation triggers over counting or over inability to eat everything, like one of the biggest issues is, okay, I'm going on this diet and I can't eat my regular blah 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 food. So for you it's the best maybe to go portionalize those blah 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 foods that you absolutely love, and then you won't feel deprived. In my case, I prefer not to eat anything sweet, carbohydrated, because it's not my anyway thing too much. I do love fruits, but not too much as well. So, and I don't have sweet tooth, so it's not my thing. So yeah, so this diet for now, in this point of time, it's the most suitable for me. It can change. Maybe I will find another way of living later. But low carb, and I'm on low carb quite, I think, since September. Regina is sitting here, so I'm just looking for her approval. So anyway, I'm on low carb diet. So the keto diet, it was just a little step further from my low carb diet. Another thing that the low carb, sustainable low carb, it's good for 1 month. And there, after 1 month, I will start doing the carb up. Carb up, it's I will talk about a whole new video probably in 2 weeks or something, when I will show you what is carb up, means for me. And there's a couple of ways to do it. So yeah, look for those ones. I hope that everything I say really makes sense, because I'm really feeling bad, as you can see. And if you watched our mukbang yesterday, you can see how bad I feel. And this night was even worse than the previous night. So yeah, and yeah, I hope you enjoy this. I'm sorry that I'm all, but I really wanted to address those 2 articles and address the ideas in those 2 articles. So yeah, let me know. Let me know which video you want. I want to go like Weight Watchers. They have lots of positive and negative things versus like keto or low carb diets. And I will show, and I know that Weight Watchers now do low carb as well. They jumped on the wagon, and there is a very good reason for this one. And another reason it works. So yeah, I want to address this video as a similar, because there are people that will enjoy the Weight Watchers much more than keto. So yeah, let me know what you think. And as usual, don't forget to subscribe, write me a comment on this video, because I really want to know where are you and what point are you and what you are doing and what you think about maybe those articles. And I really love you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for supporting each other, and whatever works for you, do it. It's very important. Find something that works for you. You are absolutely separate and different person that I am. And this is one thing that every regular doctor and practitioner a lot of time forgets. We are different. We have different lifestyles. And yeah, so that's it. I'm mumbling. Love you all. Mwah. Bye.